in high school, I started to develop a little physique.
Okay.
And it just took off from there. It's like I can't stop working out.
Has anything stopped you? Have you had any challenges that, or obstacles that got in the way of you achieving this goal?
I had knee surgery in 2006. I had a torn meniscus from playing basketball. That slowed me up a little bit. But as I was telling Michael, you could do core exercise. You could do push-ups. I never really actually stopped working out, and I started working out in 1982, and I'm 47 right now.
Wow.
So
you've maintained
I
this
continue
as
to work
a goal
out
for yourself.
Yes.
And so have you always had the desire to have a fitness center? Has that been a goal of yours?
Where it sparked into me maybe the last 6 or 7 years, because I seen how personal training it had took off all around the world, and I said, what best for me to do, take my skill and my talent that God had blessed me with and share with others. And that's my main focus now, trying to touch and reach as many people as I can, and not to hurt their pockets, but give them something reasonable.
And what makes you think you're going to be successful at this?
Well, I have a method that I'll never stop,
Okay.
you know. And as you were saying about Michael and Oprah, I have read a lot of personal autobiographies, and it's a common thread. They was denied a lot, but they had this burn. They never stopped. And once you got drive and determination, eventually you'll reach your mark, and that's where I'm at.
You know, we have a tendency to have a significant other, a unique experience in our life. And then sometimes we have people that we identify as a role model or a mentor. Who would yours be? Name two personal mentors or role models in the physical fitness arena that you would look to and say, hey, they're setting a great example.
Okay, first I would say I always like Carla Dunlap, which she was a bodybuilder, but later on she crossed over and did a lot of personal training. And Lee Haney.
Wow.
Lee Haney, I personally know somebody that actually worked out with Lee Haney in Atlanta. He had a gym called the Animal Kingdom.
The Animal Kingdom.
The Animal Kingdom, yes. So those are two individuals right there because they constantly stayed in the game. They got into professional bodybuilding, but they crossed right over to personal training.
Okay.
Now, hang on for 1 second.
Don't put me up. You asked.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you stay on track to work out?
That's a great question. Aside, the caller asked, how do you stay on track to work out?
Well, it's easier said than done. You would start off by writing objectives. Just small objectives. Say, well, okay, well, I'm going to walk 5 to 10 minutes every morning. I'm not going to eat no sweets at lunchtime. You would set realistic goals. Don't put nothing that's going to overburden you because it's going to run your way. Start off real small.
So you're saying don't set a goal that might be impossible to reach that would stop you from just totally I can't reach the goal.
That's true,
stop.
Michael. That's true.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
A short-term goal. What would be a good short-term goal for
a short-term goal? Walk 5 to 10 minutes a day.
Okay.
Try to drink at least 32 ounces of water.
Okay.
And stretch.
That is so hard for me to do.
Yes.
Caller, you heard that. Water, stretch, and set some short-term goals. Did you have any more questions for Asad?
Have you tried any diets?
Do you recommend any specific diets, or have you tried any diets?
Well, I have my own personal diet.
Uh-huh.
And this is really a great diet. I'm a great fan of raw vegetables. Raw vegetables and fruit is a good thing to do to put back into your body because there's no chemicals involved. It's from the earth. So I would tell you start eating small fruits and green vegetables.
Fantastic. Well, caller, we want to thank you for calling in to Seeds of Wealth and Wellness, and we look forward to hearing from you next week on our show.
Thanks.
You know, and I'm not sure, you know, Alice Freeman, she has a organization called Healthy Heart Plus, and she talks about the importance of eating things from the land. That anything that comes from the ground and from trees is basically healthy for you. And so when we're eating red meats and pork and a lot of starches, those kinds of things, you know, it's nothing wrong with eating them if you eat them in moderation, but you need the roughage to push them out.
Yes.
So if we're going to eat macaroni and cheese or any of those kinds of things, we want to also eat the healthy stuff and do, that would be a reward. It's like, if I want to eat, beef, that I reward myself with that. That should not be a way of, eating. But the ground, anything out of the ground, anything out of trees, will definitely create a healthier balance in our bodies.
This is a great time right now. We have talked to Hassad about physical fitness and Professor Goodman, even some of the great work that you've been doing in our community and teaching at the college. And even at the Seed Institute, we've been able to help hundreds and hundreds of people this past year. What I would like to be able to do now is kind of focus. We're getting ready to turn the bend into 2014. We've all spoken about goals. And in the conclusion, Professor Goodman, what would be some of the goals that InnerZones would have and you as an individual would have too for 2014?
This is an excellent question because, we are coming to the end of the year. I don't make New Year's resolutions. I don't really believe in setting myself up with a New Year's resolution. But my goals are, now since I'm putting this on television, now I have to make them happen. See, so you're putting me on the spot here. This is being recorded. It's my goal to eventually write a book. And so I really need to get on top of that. I've been saying it. So that's one of the things that I want to do, is to be able to write a book. In addition to that, I really want my ministry to, kind of take up. I love teaching spiritual principles. That's what I love doing. I love teaching in general. And I definitely love teaching spiritual principles. And so
we have about 4 minutes left, and I'm listening. Professor Goodman says she wants to write a book. She wants to develop her ministry because she empowers a lot of people through her ministry, Hassad. And I'm telling you, Melvina gives so much, and it's time for her to start reaping what she's sowing. In about a minute or so, Hassad, tell us what is the goals for Hassad Fitness and you personally for 2014?
Yes, Michael, my goals are to touch. You have every location in Richmond, north, west, east, and south. I would like to have at least 10 people from each location, whether male, female, high school athletes, college athletes. I will ask you to give me the opportunity to help you to obtain and achieve your goal. And I'm 90% sure you will reach it. So that is one of my goals.
That is a great goal too.
And so, Michael, so what about you? I mean, share with the audience what your goals are.
And thank you for asking too, Professor Goodman. First off, my website is www.seed-institute.com, and I can be emailed at seedinstitute2012@gmail.com. And the goals for the Seed Institute, my personal goals, one, I want to be able to author a book too. That is a great goal, Professor Goodman. Number two, I would like to grow my ministry as well and maybe reach out to some of the churches and the church pastors out there to empower the congregations with business principles and spiritual principles too, and eventually find a location. And last, for the Seed Institute, we want to grow our membership for individuals that are committed to developing and growing a business and telling them about some of the grants that are available through the Greater Gate program and also through the federal government. And that is what I want to do, empower 100 people in business next year. And thank you for asking that.
Well, yeah, so this has been an awesome opportunity to sit here and to converse with you. And we really hope that the audience, that what we brought to you today with Hassad Fitness, that you got something, from this, and that the questions that were asked, we are so thankful for the callers that called in to ask questions, because we recognize that this is a very important topic in terms of health and wellness. Well, we talk about seeds of health and wellness, but physical health is important. And so I hope that you plan to reach out to Hassad to just kind of start with baby steps. Like, I just want to say that to the audience. It doesn't have to be this grand goal. It's like you may have a grand goal in mind, but just every day, inch by inch, it's a cinch. It's like just one thing. What can I do today to work toward losing the weight? Just one thing I need to do today. Journal about your experience. whatever that is, if you didn't make it happen, it's like journal about that. But please, please, please don't beat yourself up
And with
when
the
you
final-
don't achieve.
Thank you, Professor Goodman, too. And with the final minute, I want you to tell our guests how to get in touch with you one more time. We got about a minute left, Asad.
Yes, my business number is 804-328-1600. My email is Rod, R-O-D, Haith, Haith, 08@gmail.com.
Fantastic. My phone number is 804-355-SEED, SEED. That's 804-355-7333. And now, Professor Goodman, your website address and your phone number.
Website is innerzones.org, and my phone number is 804-355-3237. It has been so great to be on the air this evening. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week when we air again. Good night.
And that is so good. You know, some of the topics that you have coming up for some of our future shows, Professor Goodman, I'm excited about them. You had talked about the millionaire mindset so often. And I believe that within the next 2 shows, we're going to be able to educate people on how to prepare themselves for 2014 for that millionaire mindset. And I want to go into talk about some of the social development and social history and what an individual needs to do to be emotionally prepared to earn a financial living so they can reach the skies. And that is great. And Asad, we want to thank you for coming on board
Yes.
to our show, because I just know you're giving so much too. And the Creator says that we have to reap what we sow. He said, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatever man sows, he reaps."
Financial empowerment also requires a network of like-minded individuals. This 6-part Seeds of Wealth and Wellness series leads to champion lifestyle. You will meet champions who are enriching lives. If you commit to champion mindset, wealth will become your neighbor. Welcome to Seeds of Wealth and Wellness. Your host, educator, and motivator, Professor Melvina Goodman, and I'm Michael D. Edwards, Master Business Developer. You too are a champion at Seeds of Wealth and Wellness.